Hi, hello. Since I am finally feeling good enough to put makeup on my face and I'm not, completely dead, I did start my period, but, at least now I'm not as sick as I was because I was real deathbeddy there for a while. And now that, the majority of this winter crap has passed, I have to film a video for tomorrow, which is the day you're seeing this. So we're going to talk about a pillow. We're going to talk about a pillowcase I finished. I get the way I I fastened it. But we're gonna talk about it for a while in this video. Isn't it cute? I think it's so cute. Basically, I took a shit ton of scraps. Also, this pillow that's in here is so old. Let me show you. Um, it's probably some sort of natural fiber. I don't really know. I have no clue where the pillow came from. I have no clue how old the pillow is. But I know it's been living in my room at least for a 13 years? I wanted to say 10, but then I thought that was wrong. So here's our friend. I know it's bad, so I said case. But let's get a good look at this. These are not cat scratches. This is literally the fiber of the fabric thinning out and like disintegrating in the washing machine. And you can see where I've gone through and I've mended it time and time again, and literally time and time again. And it was just getting to a point where it needed a damn case. Yes. I and this is a small pillow. It's the size of my head, but it's a lot smaller than the rest of the pillows we own. So I had to make the case, yes, or else it was never gonna have a case. And I weirdly really love the smell of the pillow. I don't know why. It probably has some sort of, like, dust that I like the smell of, I don't know. And every time we washed it, it got more and more disintegrated, which isn't good. So now it lives in this case. Now, this side of the case, all the longer squares, I did in fact make probably a long time ago, considering it's a lot of bad stitching by hand. Not the bad stitching isn't by hand, but a lot of the stitching is by hand. Because I did a lot of hand stitching when I was a little girl. I am grown. I don't know how old this panel is. I don't know how I did it. I don't know really anything. Sorry, reminder to everyone that I do live with my family. People are driving like jackasses. I do live with them. And people were talking in the hallway. Because apparently everyone and their fucking mother needs to talk in the hallway. But now people are driving outside. It's stressing me out, and I don't like it. I did take a little bit of like lacy material. I'm not sure where this came from. I don't know the brand. I don't know anything. It was a scrap from the bag of lacy like bits that I got because of the whole people passing away thing. And I am using them. I want to clarify. I am using all little things Because I do like lace, but I don't know lace that I like. And that's a problem because when I think of lace, I think very intricate Victorian style age by hand lace, and people don't really make that anymore. I could probably find it, and I could probably buy it, but I would want to put it on fucking everything, and that gets really expensive. Anyway, so I did take little bits, and then I looped it, and I sewed it to be little holders, because I thought if I put a hole in it, it would be, a bad idea. Since I'm not that good at making buttonholes, I'm good at making button loops. And then I used one like champagne color and two, where's the other one? No, I used two champagne colors and one like true like pink color. Is there's a lot of pink in here? But there's also a lot of green and stuff. Because I do like green and there's a lot of floral kind of designs and it's a very quilted situation. But yeah. And so guys, when I tell you I took a shit ton of scraps and I just sewed them together and sewed them together and sewed them together and sewed them together and sewed them together. I mean, I quite literally saved like a lot of scraps from the trash. I would make a strip and then I would sew it to another strip and then I would make another strip and then I'd sew to another strip and then I'd make another strip and I'd sew to another strip. But let me just give you a little. I'm making myself laugh. It did fall kind of short because that often happens with my stuff. So I did take like strips that were cut for like a baby's quilt and I added it because I do in fact like giraffes and lions and I have a boogie. Someone's gonna say I'm gross. I did it on the inside of my shirt. This is a dirty shirt. Shut the fuck up. There's no tissue next to me. I wouldn't have done it if there was a tissue, but I felt the boogie and I didn't want someone to see the boogie, and I'd rather the boogie be inside my shirt than on my face. Okay?